What's happening, everyone? JayShockblast here, and check it out. All of the DLC for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga has been released, and by far and away, to me, my two favorite packs are both from The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian Season 1 and The Mandalorian Season 2. And as you can see, this adds 10 new characters to the game, and they are all pretty fun. I would say, like, at least 3 of them are 3 of my favorites in the game, period. 4 of them, actually. And honestly, I think a lot of people are pretty excited about this. And it's even crazy to think the type of stuff that got left on the table. In this video, we're going to look at all 10 characters from the game, starting off with Boba Fett. Boba Fett, obviously, my favorite player in the game, my favorite character in the game. And when I start playing my playthrough on PlayStation 4, I am looking forward to using this version of Boba Fett the most. What I love about this version of Boba Fett is just it looks slightly different, and I love the bolder kind of look, the bolder green, the bolder yellow. It really just sticks out. I love the sleeker black look. It's just a cooler looking version of Boba Fett. We've been looking at Boba Fett looking pretty much the same for decades, and I like his new look. I really do. I think it's a really cool one, and obviously I could sit here and talk about Boba Fett for a long time, seeing as though he's probably my second favorite character in all of Star Wars. I think they did a good job. I think it would have been cool if he had, what is the Gaffy staff, which is what he got from the Tusken Raiders. I've seen some people say they would have liked to have seen him as the Tusken Raider version, and I disagree with that completely. What's the point of having a nerfed Boba Fett? You know what I mean? If we're going to get a new Boba Fett, you might as well have him be as good as the other one. So I'm glad they went with this and not that. But it would have been kind of cool if he was differentiated by carrying around the Gaffy staff and maybe having like a blaster pistol or something, or doing a flamethrower effect, whatever it may be. But Boba Fett is in the Season 2 DLC, which just came out recently on May the 4th. So there's Boba Fett. We also have Fedex Shan, his right-hand lady, bounty hunter extraordinaire. I wish she did not have the face guard on. I would have loved it if they actually did her helmet off completely. We've got Ming-Na, I believe. The cavalry, you know, she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She was, she spent a lot of amazing roles over the years, and we should see her beautiful face in Lego form. I think it's a cool character. You know, I think a lot of people will like her. She's got a little bit of a sniper rifle, which is kind of cool. But I think the biggest takeaway is I really just wish the helmet was optional or not there at all. I would rather just have her face shown. But I kind of get it with the helmet too. And I know this is the way her minifig looks in the set that she's in, but I digress. We have IG-12, who is the nurse droid for the child. I mean, it's basically IG-88, but slightly different. So I understand why IG-11 was included with the Season 1 DLC. It honestly makes sense. One of the kind of more iconic characters of the season. But it's a little bit of a letdown because it is very much of a copy and paste character in compared to IG-88. So there's IG-11. Ahsoka Tano. Alright. Cannot talk about Ahsoka without talking about my right-hand man, Free Willy Rocks. Biggest Ahsoka fan I know. Absolutely love her double lightsabers. I think she's the only character in the game that has these double lightsabers, which is awesome. I love the way that she holds them. I love that they're white. The white blades, very unique. Ahsoka is easily the most unique Jedi in the game. Her and Rey's Sith character, 2 of the most unique characters in the game, period. And I love her more mature look, her older look, her Rosario Dawson look. And of course she comes in the Season 2 DLC. She does all the great Jedi things, although she's a bit more acrobatic, which I love. And all the times you saw me using Shock T, I would use her instead. And honestly, I could probably do a new top 10 characters list now that this DLC is out, because honestly, she would she would be on my top 10. All right, now this is a character I think a lot of people are going to love. It's Giancarlo Esposito, a.k.a. Grand Moff Gideon, and he has the Darksaber. Now look, I know there are some people that wish it looked more like a sword, and they certainly have it within their capability to make the Darksaber look more like the Darksaber, but if you actually look at his Lego minifigure, this is what the Darksaber looks like in the Lego sets, and that is what they are basing everything off of, is the actual Lego minifigures that exist. So it is what it is. I think this is a great character that a lot of people are going to like. He does, it's like having a lightsaber character, but also kind of a dark side. So it's very nice. It's a very cool intro. One of the most sinister characters in all of Star Wars, to be honest with you. And I have a new appreciation for him, where there's a famous thing where his daughter texted him basically saying, "Don't you dare hurt that little child." And I don't know the verbatim of what he said, but he basically in character said that he will stuff him and serve him for Thanksgiving dinner, basically. I don't know, that's definitely not exactly what he said, but if you know, you know. And that was Giancarlo Esposito is dope. I think he's a great actor. I know a lot of people love Better Call Saul, I think it is. Anyway, he's a great actor. I think he was in that and Breaking Bad and stuff like that. I think a lot of people love him from that first, but as Moff Gideon, fantastic. I think we're going to be sorry to see him go, but looking forward to season 3 either way. Next up, we have Bo-Katan Kryze. I met her. I met Katie Sackhoff. I met her at Boston Fan Expo 2021. Looking forward to going to Boston Fan Expo 2022 this year to meet even more Star Wars characters that are going to be there. And Katie Sackhoff was a sweetheart. She unfortunately did not do any selfies because we're still in the COVID era, but I did get a Bo-Katan Funko Pop autographed, and that's one of my favorite pieces in my collection because it looks so good. And this is great. It's kind of got a little bit of a Jango vibe to it, but I love her helmet, and I love that it's just another jetpack character. I honestly, when I'm looking back on it, I would have loved it if they had Koska Reeves and Axe Woves in here as well. That really would have been really cool. I wish that the pack was a little bit bigger. I feel like The Mandalorian Season 2 is missing a lot of characters. Mayfield, Bil Burr's character would have been great. Cobb Vanth, which was Timothy Oliphant's character. Maybe have him in the Boba Fett armor without the helmet. That would be fantastic. But I digress. We're also missing, Paz Viszla in the armor. I think they would have been better than IG-88. But again, what can you do? Next up, we have Queel. He has spoken. And Queel is very important because Queel is one of the first scavengers that you can get. You do have to, unfortunately, unlock the ability, which is why doing episode 7 might be the best way to start the game. That way you can have the scavenger ability. This is obviously, he's voiced by Nick Nolte, and very, very tragic seeing him go. I thought he was a really fun and interesting character in The Mandalorian, so I'm kind of glad we got Queel here. Also, we have Cara Dune, who is also going to be at the Boston Fan Expo 2022, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm actually going to get a Funko Pop of hers signed. That's what I'm looking forward to anyway. Who knows what's going to happen when the day actually comes, but that is my plan at the moment. And obviously Cara Dune is a great character. She was going to get her own spin-off, and who knows, maybe we'll still see that someday. I think she's going to end up coming back. I think she's going to have the same kind of cooldown period that they gave James Gunn, and I think we'll see her back in the Star Wars universe. Obviously, they made her a big heavy, but she doesn't do a lot. I would have thought she would have thrown grenades or something, but she doesn't. So, in any event, there's Cara Dune. They got her little tattoo under her eye, which is cool, but not on her arm. And the reason why I bring that up is because they made a very big deal about her tattoo on her arm in the episode, saying that, you know, they would notice it, that she was a dropper. So then we have Greef Karga, who obviously is Carl Weathers' character in The Mandalorian. And, you know, another fun character. He was also in The Predator, one of our Arnold's best buds. They've got that famous, you know, handshake, if you will. So yeah, Greef Karga is a bounty hunter, and he does all the bounty hunter things, and definitely came out pretty cool. So I definitely used him a little bit here and there, because I like Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers also famously, you know, fought Rocky. So there you go. And then last but not least, we have Mando. Now, what I'm actually going to do here before we do that is there is a code that you can use to actually get the Razor Crest. So we're going to go ahead and call that in real quick, because I'm thinking that it may actually get rid of all my characters and bring me back with just 2 characters. And it did not. So Grogu is usually with him. And if we just kind of go up here, go into space, we'll actually show you the Razor Crest, which, again, you do have to use a code in order to unlock it. It's the only way to get the Razor Crest. It's not actually a character. Ooh, I went right by it, didn't I? It's not actually a character that you unlock. Sheesh, I don't even know where it is. I turned my mini map off. All right, let's just do this. Let's go to space real quick. So there's the Razor Crest taking off. So you get the set. You get the code from the set. Obviously, this has become a pretty iconic ship. I think a lot of people will want to have it right away. So I will include the code. But we'll actually go ahead and land back at Jakku. I chose Jakku because it was the planet I thought looked most like the one they're on a lot, which I have forgotten the name, to be honest with you. It was kind of a new planet they made up for the show, but the Razor Crest is really cool. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. I wanted the set for so long, and then Warner Brothers actually sent it to me, which is really cool. So my brother put it together. We've got it all set up, and it's pretty dope. What I love about the Razor Crest is, all right, here we are. So it gave me Fennec.
There's more new information on my databases.
Right. Actually, let's do this. All right, so there's Grogu. Now, when you do the Mandalorian trick where you get all the extra characters on the screen, Grogu does tend to go away. So, not that it really matters, I guess. But what I love about this is that it does have these carbonites with the mithril character that we carbonite froze. Grogu just kind of follows you around. His little thing closes up if you shoot at him, and he does do. He has a couple different idle animations, which is kind of funny. Like he'll randomly eat a frog and stuff like that. So Mando, honestly, having Mando from the start of the game is epic, because he does a lot of things as a bounty hunter that you need if you're trying to get stuff as you go, and you're not like me and you just save. Oh, there he is eating the frog. I play the game differently than a lot of you play it. I play it thinking about how I'm going to create content around it. So if I were playing the game straight up, being able to have characters like Mando without unlocking all the other ones, because Boba Fett's like 500,000 studs, is perfect, because you're going to need bounty hunters to do certain things, and he's able to do it. Same thing goes for Fennec and Greef and any of the other characters. Having Ahsoka early is good. So basically starting with all the DLC characters, very, very helpful. So I use Mando a lot. Mando is one of my favorite characters in the game. When I redo my top 10 characters with DLC, he will definitely still be up there in the top 3 or 4. So very excited about that. But in any event, that is all 10 characters plus the Razor Crest from The Mandalorian Season 1 and Season 2. You know, there's lots of characters that they kind of left on the table. I do not anticipate there will be any more DLC, but if they wanted to do a Mandalorian Pack 3, I mean, the Armor, Paz Viszla, Mayfield, Koska Reeves, Woves, Cobb Vanth, I think that would be a pretty epic pack. Of course, like 5 of them are Mandalorian, but, you know, maybe I'm biased. Is there any character from The Mandalorian that's not in the game, other than those, that you would have liked to have seen? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see ya.